I've been sat here for a good 10 minutes, staring out the window that's just over there, looking into my garden, trying to think of what I should say in this video. Trying to think, look at the state of that little bit of hair there. In fact, I think he's quite cool. I'm going to leave him there. And then what that'll do is that'll annoy the hell out of you through the whole video because you won't be able to unsee it unless I do this. And then he comes back. That's a lesson on perspective, right? Like, it's if you have this perspective here, you can't see it. But as soon as you're here, you see it. And then I'm guessing he'll go again when I do that. There you go. It's a lesson on perspective. I've got to put it down because it's kind of annoying me a little bit because that's all I can see too. And now people are looking probably around the rest of my head and they can see this one random grey hair. Oh, no, there's two. There's another one that's joined the party. There's a couple of grey hairs in there that have joined the party, sat at the front. Oh, I'm trying to do it in mirror. Does it go over that way or does it go over that way? I'm not really... I think it's this way. So now all you can see is this other grey hair. Somewhere in there. And now this is just a video about me playing with my hair. It's gone from me thinking what I should create for you to give you value, because I respect your time and you've come here to watch this, hoping to get something out of it, which you might in a second. I don't know where this video is going, but the title of this video is based on what is in the rest of this video, which I honestly have no idea what it's going to be, but it's pretty cool knowing that something's going to come out of this for me, something's going to come through me for me, and it's going to create content for the second bit of the video, which will be of immense amount of value to you. I trust the process. I trust whatever's going to come through me. I trust it. And then I'm going to be able to create the title of this video based on what's coming in the second half of this video. And all I get to do is I just get to constantly show up and not get into my head too much about trying to think about what I should say to you. Because when I'm in this should think about what I should say to you, I'm trying to prepare something so that I get something from you. And by me saying I'm trying to prepare something so that I can get something from you is me saying I'm not enough as I am right now, and I need your love, your approval, your validation to fill me up, make me a better human being, improve my self-worth, etc., etc. When really I know, because I've done the work, I say I've done the work. I was obviously still sat in my head thinking about it, so I haven't completely done the work, so I'm still kind of working on the work. I still am working on the work, not kind of working on the work. I'm still doing the work on coming from a place of not needing anything from you. The only place I get to come from is this trust that I am enough in here, and what I'm going to say and what's going to come out of here will land, will resonate, will help you in some way, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help other human beings have a better experience while they're on this planet. I see far too much suffering going on. I see a lot of people upset. I see a lot of people unhealthy. I see a lot of people unhappy. I see a lot of people poor, not just in terms of money, but in terms of like with their mindset, with their health, with their relationships and friendships. I see a lot of struggle going on. I see a lot of pain in the world. I see a lot of suffering in the world. Now, having been there and suffered and been in pain myself, and then done the work and found the tools and resources of how to work through that and come out the other side of that pain, I want to be able to share that with as many people as possible. And that's why I'm doing this video, because it allows me to share my experiences, my lessons, my story, my journey, my breakthroughs, my wins, my celebrations, my current situation, what I've been doing to get me to this place. Now, I was telling myself a story about where I was. Where I was where I was, but then I attached this story to it. I attached a story of I'm not good enough. I attached a story of, well, I was good enough, and so I shouldn't be here. And the constant fighting and the battle with what was kept me where I was. So if me and you get into a fight right now, and we fight and we fight and we fight, we can't move forwards because we're sat there fighting or stood there fighting. We can't move forwards when we fight. If we're just in this room that we're in right now, we go, right, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. You shouldn't be in my house. I shouldn't be in this house. We shouldn't be together. We shouldn't be fighting. If we constantly do that, we shouldn't be this and you shouldn't be that, or this shouldn't have happened, or we shouldn't be fighting, but we still fight with it. Neither of us can move forwards. But if we go, stop, we're fighting at the moment. Let's just stop a second. And breathe. Let's stop fighting. Let's just look at this situation. You're in my house. I'm in my house. We were fighting. We're not now. Is fighting what we want? We can answer that question honestly. If we're training for a fight, we may want to fight in that moment because that might serve us. Fighting might serve us if we're training for a fight. However, it probably wouldn't serve us fighting in a house with a dining room table and a picture. I did the wrong thing then because I thought it was up here behind my left, but it's not. It's behind my right, which is probably my left on camera. But if we stop and just go, right, we're fighting, our friend's back again. Stop, we're fighting. This isn't serving either of us right now in this moment. What would serve us right now in this moment? And then you're free to explore what would serve you. But to know what would serve you, you've got to know where you're going. We've got to know where we're going. And that's why a lot of society floats around on this surface level. Oh, what's going on in the news? Oh, who's proposed to who? Oh, who's got a new diet DVD out for Christmas? Oh, who's died? Oh, who's terrorized some streets somewhere? It's just surface level stuff. Oh, what discounts are happening on these TVs? All this surface level stuff. And we do that from a reactionary place. Something happens and we react to it. We're in that reactionary space. And the only reason we're in that reactionary space is because we haven't got a very specific, clear, meaningful end goal. Now, if you had a clear, meaningful end goal, let's just say, hypothetically, you want to stop world poverty, or the poverty in the world. You want to stop it. You want to banish it. Do you think you'd sit down and just watch the news and see what's going on with whoever's getting married or whoever's dying or whoever's terrorizing anything? Or do you think you'd be so fixated on your mission that you would just be filling your time with all the things that you could be doing to stop world poverty or the poverty that's in the world? I used a bad example of the news there. You might want to watch the news if you're trying to stop poverty because it might be research. Maybe. I don't know. But let's say your goal is to create the best relationship ever with your partner. So you have a partner, you realize it's not very good at the moment, and you want to create the most magical, best relationship ever. And you're totally committed to creating the best experience that you can have in your relationship for the both of you, where it's a win-win for both of you. Neither of you are taking from each other, neither of you are giving to each other. It's just a win-win. You're both contributing to the relationship, you're both growing, you're both having loads of fun, you're both learning along the way, you're both supportive, you both hold the space for the other person when they need you to. If you were committed to that, do you think you'd just go out partying with your friends every weekend and just drinking yourself silly if you were committed to that? Of course you wouldn't. You wouldn't be on the surface of stuff. If you were committed to having an incredibly healthy, energetic, strong, flexible body that fights off any illness and disease that comes at any time of year, and it's just, you know, it's there for you. You can use it as a tool because it's full of energy, it's full of health, it's full of vitality, it's full of wellness, it's full of strength and flexibility. If you had that body, if that was your goal to have that body, do you think you'd just go and eat takeaways all the time or fast food and alcohol and not exercise and just lounge around? Do you think you'd do that? You wouldn't. So it's time, I believe, it's time for us all to wake up and stop with this incessant running around on the surface mindlessly and just stop for a second. And just breathe for a second. And just look around at what we're actually doing. Look around at our habits. If we just stopped and go, right, what are my habits when I wake up in the morning? Do I hit snooze? Do I lie in bed? Do I jump out of bed? Do I check Facebook and email before I've even thought about my day? Am I in reactionary mode as soon as I wake up? Or do I take a few seconds to breathe? Take a few seconds to think of what I'm grateful for? Do I grab a glass of water and hydrate my body after a long night of dehydrating it, of sweating? Do I stretch when I get up? Do I do a little bit of yoga and some breathing exercises? Do I focus on what I want my day to look like? What do I do in the mornings? And you can do that all the way through the day. You can do that right now and stop and go, right, what do I do in the mornings? Do I give the best chance of succeeding that day? Or am I setting myself up for failure by just doing reactionary stuff and scrolling and putting other people first and not actually taking care of me? What do I do for breakfast? What do I do for work? What is my actual job? What do I do? Am I really passionate about my job? Am I around amazing people with the work that I do that are all contributing to a bigger cause that's really important to me? Or am I just going to work because it's a paycheck so I can pay the bills of the house that I sleep in so that I can go to work and do the same thing, work at a job I hate just to pay the bills for the house that I sleep in so that I can go to work well rested so I can do the work so I can get paid to sleep in the house that I'm sleeping in, and I'm on this constant treadmill going all the way round and round and round until one day I might eventually retire. And then I can get the pension and live a life I love then with this amazing pension that I've been promised and this house that I've been paying into that I can sell and I can go and do all these exciting things when I'm 65, 70 years old. If that's working for you, great, keep going. I have nothing more for you. If you're sat there thinking, oh shit, actually, maybe that's not such a good idea. But then you might be just defending what I've just said. And now we're back into a fight again. I don't want to get into a fight with you. I'm just here to hold up a mirror. I'm here to offer you a different perspective on things, maybe. I'm here to speak from here, this place, not here. Remember, I'm not trying to get from you now. I'm flowing. I'm just vibing from here. It's coming out of here. I'm not trying to get anything from you. I am enough. I do not need anything from you. What I do need to do, though, is access this, my heart, and just speak out of there. Like I said, I see too much pain. I see too much suffering because people are, one, they're unconscious. They're not paying attention to what they're actually doing, their daily habits. If I just stopped a person, I was on a train up to go and see a coach not so long ago in Blackburn, I think it was, somewhere up in Blackburn. Macclesfield, that's the place, Macclesfield. And it was a commuter train I had to get on. I had to get on this train at 8:30 in the morning. I've never been on a train at 8:30 in the morning in my entire life, so I didn't know what to expect, didn't know what to look like. So I'm there going up to see a coach. I got jeans, t-shirt on. This was back in the summer last year. Jeans, t-shirt on, trainers, sat on this commuter train. The whole train, bar me, full of people in suits, earphones in, looking at a screen. It's quite ironic that I'll get earphones in looking at a screen, or a newspaper. And none of them looked happy. This was the expression on the faces of probably every single one of those people on the train. This was their expression. I've got my journal here. I'm going to use my journal as the here you go. Be stronger than your excuses notebook. I use it for journaling. Here's what I saw on that train that day. Okay, so I've got my newspaper. Hang on. I'm going to check the Daily Trash, or whatever the newspapers are called. That's what I saw for almost 2 hours. And I was just looking around watching this going on. And part of me felt like jumping up on the table and going, wake up! This is your life! You're sat on this train looking at this thing, frowning, for however long you're on that train for. Then you'll go to work and you'll sit on this thing, bashing away and bowing. I hate my job. I hate my boss. I hate my colleagues. Then you go back on your train. More scrolling. Then you go home, complain about your day, eat whatever you're going to eat. Make probably a ready meal or a processed food, or it might even be a good meal. Then you go to bed. Then you get up after you've hit snooze a few times. Then you'll moan about the work that you've got to go and do. I don't want to go to work. I hate my job. Then you'll get dressed, put on this uniform, back on the train, back to work, back on the thing. If that's working for you, keep going. All the best. Ta-ta for now. I'll be here when you're ready to change that. I see too much pain. I'm here to wake people up from that pain. Now, I know that means change. I know that means change. If you're unhappy with the commuting thing, if you're unhappy with being unhealthy, if you're happy with having no energy, if you're I'm not saying happy, if that's where you're at right now, if you're struggling, if you're in pain right now, I get it. I've been there before. It took me 3 years before I decided enough was enough. Why did it take me 3 years? Because I knew my pain. I was best mates with my pain. I slept with my pain every single night. We had a deep, intimate, loving relationship. We knew each other inside out. Who would want to get rid of that? Imagine you're in a relationship with someone, you know them intimately, deeply, inside out. You know them, you know their habits, you know their actions, you know them inside out, and you sleep with them every night. And that's what you know. And you don't know a different relationship. You don't know how other people are going to be. You don't know what the single life's going to be like. You don't know what going out in the dating scene's like. All you know is this relationship. Whether it's good or bad, that's what you know. That's where I was with my depression and my anxiety. That's where I was. I knew it intimately. Man, it was hurting me. It was crippling me, and people could see it around me. I'd stop training. I'd stop eating right. Here was my diet on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pizza Friday. Takeaway of some kind. So, like an Indian takeaway with all the trimmings, everything you can imagine on Saturday. Pizza and or Indian again on the Sunday. Oh, by the way, I would have either a whole tub of the ice cream that rhymes with Den and Ferry's ice cream. A whole tub of that, yeah, 600 odd calories after my 1500 calorie pizza or my 2000 calorie Indian meal. I had that every night. My snack during the day would be 5 Weetabix with milk and sugar on it. And if you don't know nutrition, you think that's a healthy meal. It's definitely not a healthy meal. I'd have chocolate every single day. I mean, I never got into drinking. I never really got into alcohol. That was a bit earlier on. The depression caused me to just eat rubbish food. Not do any exercise. Sabotage my business. Sabotage my relationship. Not spend any time with my kids having fun. Chuck them in front of a screen. I knew that intimately. It was crippling me. I almost ended up bankrupt because of it. In fact, I almost ended up dead because I was on the way to committing suicide. I stopped just before I drove head on into a lorry without a seatbelt on. But I knew that pain. And it wasn't until I decided, you know what, I've got to break off with this relationship with depression. I've got to stop the relationship with depression. I've got to end it. I've got to end it because it's not you, it's me kind of thing. Depression was fine. Like depression on its own, they're cool. Like it's cool. It's a cool little thing. Depression on its own, they'll be happy on their own. They do need people to latch on to, by the way. But I was like, hey, listen, I'm done in this relationship. You can go and find somebody else. Go onto Tinder, Mrs. Depression, and start swiping right because I'm out of this relationship. I'm off to find happiness. I'm off to find peace. I'm off to find excitement, joy, love, prosperity, success, wealth, all of those things. I'm off for a relationship with those things. And that's what I have now. I went looking for it, and hey, what happens when you seek something? Seek and you shall find. I'm not religious, by the way, but it's true. You attract what you look at. Seek and you shall find. And you will attract what you look for. So that's where I've been. That's where I am right now. And I want to help everybody that I can break up with their painful relationships, whether it's a person, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a belief, whether it's an emotion, whether it's a part of you. If it's painful, if it's not serving you, if it's not moving you forwards, if you're not happy, because happiness is the default, peace is the default, if it's not getting you that, you need to break off that relationship. You need to break it off fast. And trust, and just like leap and trust. Look at what I did with this video, right? We're 20 minutes in. I had no idea what was going on. I promise you, I've got no notes on this. The book is shut. The book, my journal book, it's completely shut. I started thinking about this video, thinking, oh, I'm going to create this video because I was having a chat with a potential client recently who's doing what a lot of other potential clients that never became clients in the past have done. Matt, I want your services. I've seen how many lives you transform and change. I want to work with you. I've been following you now for 18 months. 18 months ago, this guy messaged me and he's been thinking about it for 18 months. He finally says, Matt, I'm ready to jump on board. I say, cool, here's the investment. Let's go. He said, fantastic. I need to speak to the missus first. I nearly created a video on that and why you shouldn't ask for permission, especially if you're a guy asking for permission off a girl. That's a video for another day. I don't want to go into how unattractive that is. The girl will say, yeah, you need to ask me first. You need to involve me in this. There's two of us in this relationship. She'll say that on the surface, but deep down, she wants her man, her king, to go, this is my mission, I'm going forward on this mission. Are you with me or not? Because then he's coming across as someone who isn't needy. Now what's attractive? Neediness or non-neediness? And especially if this man's mission is to better himself for her. The better he is, the better their relationship is. The healthier, wealthier, wiser, happier he is, do you not think that she's going to benefit? So why would you not just jump in with both feet? That's why I always recommend never asking the other half. Ever. If this is something you want to do, or if there is something out there that you want to do, go and do it. You don't need permission off anybody. And at the end of the day, if they don't want you to do something that's improving your life, do you really want to be in a relationship with that person? Do they really deserve to be in a relationship with someone like you who wants to better themselves and improve themselves for other people? You're not doing it in a selfish way when you hire a coach or a trainer or you buy books or you go on courses or seminars. It's not being selfish. That's the most unselfish thing that you can do. Because you've got two people, one who works on themselves and grows and improves and who's healthier and wealthier and wiser every single day, and one who just stays the same. Who's going to contribute to society more? The person who is selfish and put themselves first for a little while? Or the person who's just like taking? I'm not going to work on myself. I'm not going to contribute. I'm just going to take from people. Who do you want to be? The giver? Who puts himself first for a short time, who's on the airplane's going down, the masks come out from the ceiling, the panel above your head. Are you going to be the person who tries to run around pleasing everyone, saving everyone and passing out because you forgot to put yourself first for a change? Or are you going to go, hang on everybody, let me get my mask on, now I can breathe oxygen, I can help you all. Who are you going to be? Put your mask on first? Or are you going to go asking permission? Excuse me sir, in aisle 10, seat B, is it okay if I put my mask on so that I can help you? Or do you want me to fumble around trying to put your mask on first, forget about me? I might pass out, by the way, I might even die and I won't be able to help you, but do you want me to not put my mask on or shall I put my I don't know what to do. Do I put my mask on? Do I not put my... That's what you're effectively saying when you go to a spouse, you go to another half, or you go to even a friend or a colleague and say, oh, I want to do this thing, I really want to do this thing, so I know it's going to improve my life, which means everyone around me benefits from it. But I'm not really sure. What do you think? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And by the way, when you go up to somebody like another half who isn't in a change and a transformation and a growth mindset, and you say, hey, I want to make myself the best version of myself, they go straight into scarcity. They go straight into their ego and say, if this person changes, if this person becomes the best version of themselves, then all of a sudden, they're going to be a lot more attractive to other people. Especially if your partner is insecure, by the way. If your partner is slightly insecure, and you say, I want to better myself and I want to get into really good shape and get really healthy and I want to go and build a really incredible business that I'm really passionate about that could see me traveling all around the world, but it could affect like millions of people and change millions of lives. I want to be the best version of myself that I can be for other people. If they're insecure, will go, uh-oh, this person does that. They'll become so much more attractive and they'll see other people that are more attractive and they won't fancy me anymore. And then I'll be left on my own. And then, oh my God, I can't cope. That's where people go when you say, do you mind if I just join the gym? Or I'm thinking about joining the gym, or I'm thinking about buying this book on how to improve my life or move forwards. That's what happens in their head. I've studied brain science, I know what goes on. It's called crabs in the bucket. You've probably heard of the crabs in the bucket syndrome. If you have a bunch of crabs in a bucket and one crab tries to climb out and get out the side of the bucket, all the other crabs will pull him back down into the bucket through fear. So if you're that crab that's trying to climb out of the bucket and you tell other people, by the way, that you're going to improve your life, they'll think you're crazy for not just accepting a miserable life, because they've got a miserable life. 9 times out of 10, that's the case. So by the way, when you go and try and make your transformations and you want to grow and you want to go to the gym, you want to quit smoking, you want to quit going out partying all the time, you want to quit your shitty job that you don't really care about, you want to even quit relationships. They go, no, don't do that. Don't go and better yourself. Because what you've done then is highlighted their insecurities. If you go and better themselves, then they have to make a decision. Are they happy staying where they are, or are they willing to go and do the work? Chances are they're not willing to go and do the work, or else they'd have already done it. Now, you might inspire them. The best thing about what I ever did when I was about 20 years old, I was running home from a nightclub with a mate, because we'd run out of money, couldn't afford a taxi. I was running home with a mate, and I got about 100 yards down the road, and I started throwing up. He ran off, he ran home, he went to bed. I started throwing up because I used to smoke and I didn't used to take care of my health and fitness. I thought I was fit, so I was like, yeah, let's run home, shouldn't be a problem. I threw up. He was tucked up in bed by the time I got home about an hour later. It was only 3 miles away. And I was like, right, no, line in the sand, stake in the ground, this is it now. No more. I'm quitting smoking. I'm not going to go out as much. And then what happened? The closest mates around me, the 5 or 6 closest people around me started going, nah, come on, come out, yeah, I'll have a fag on a night out, come out, have a fag, 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 come out, have a fag. Did they have my best interests at heart? No. They had their own insecurities at heart. But the best thing I ever did was gone, no, I'm not coming out. Or, okay, I'll come out with you. No, I'm not having a fag. That's the best thing I ever did for me and for them. Why? Because now this is the job, this is the life that I have. Healthy, wealthy, wise, happy, excited, just continually moving forward with my life. And also, they're all now gym goers. Hardly any of them go out anymore. And if they do, it's only every now and again. It's the truth. I inspired change in them. I'm not afraid to say it. And I'm not saying that from an arrogant, big-headed point of view, saying, oh, look at me, I'm a leader. I'm not doing that for that at all. I don't want your, oh, Matt, well done, that's great. I don't need that. I did it for me. I put myself first so I could help other people. I can't help other people if I'm unhealthy, broke, unhappy, stressed, depressed, anxious. I can't help anybody. So I have to put me first. I have to say, no, I'm going to the gym. No, I've got to prepare some healthy meals. No, I've got to go to bed early. No, I've got to go on this course and research and study and improve this. Because when I do that, I can come from a place of, I'm fine, I'm enough, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm happy, I'm excited. I can help other people do the same. That's why I'm creating this video. That's why I'm 20 minutes into this video. When was the last time you went to work with this much focused intensity and passion that you even forgot how to talk? That you were that excited about the work and the job that you do? When's the last time that happened? This is my work. This is what I do. I'm not saying you have to come and do this work. I'm not saying that. I'm just living proof that you can come out of depression, anxiety, fear, panic attacks, worry, stress, overwhelm. You can come out of all of that, being unhealthy, being really stiff and achy with your body, being on the verge of bankruptcy and suicide. You can come back from that. I'm proof of that. You can go from doing jobs that you're just frustrated about and hate and just like really resent. Like I've sold insurance, I've tried to sell houses, I've tried to sell cars, I have my own eBay business, I've been chefing, I've worked in golf shops. worked in retail. You can leave all of those behind and go and do something that you're truly passionate about with focused intensity that brings so many rewards. And I'm not just talking about finances. I get paid, with finances when clients actually say, yeah, Matt, I'm willing to invest in myself, let's go. I get paid that way with finances, but I also get paid when at Christmas or at birthdays or just every now and again a client gives me a card. And I'm not talking about a business card, I'm talking about a thank you card. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for not letting me give up. Thank you for not letting me quit. That I get paid then with fulfillment. Doing meaningful work that fulfills me. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because I know I can change so many people's lives. But I can't change people's lives that aren't ready to change, aren't willing to change. That'll watch this and go, sounds okay, but I'm going to go back to my boring shit life that I really, really hate and I'm not working on or improving at all. I'll wait till January. I'll wait till Monday. I'll wait till all the ducks are in a row. I'll wait till I've got enough money. I'll wait till she leaves or he leaves. I'll wait till my boss sacks me. Then I'll go and do a job that I enjoy. That's cool. If you want to wait, hey, go and have your own experience. I'm not here to make you do anything that you don't want to do or aren't ready, willing or able to go and do. I'm just trying to open your eyes a little bit to what's possible. If you're willing to take the leap. But it's only one leap at a time. It's not all the leaps. It's not one big giant gap that you're trying to jump across. It's really not. It's just one step at a time. Now, I might have said something to you in this video that's kind of resonated with you a little bit, that struck a chord a little bit with you. And you might be thinking, oh, I'd like to explore a little bit more about this change thing, about this transformation thing, about this going from unhappy, depressed, anxious, stressed, worried, nervous, fearful, angry, resentful, jealous, envious. I'd like to learn something about going from that to happy, excited, wealthy, happy. Did I say healthy? Excited? Happy? Did I say those? And if you're sat there thinking, I'd like to learn a little bit more about that, reach out to me. Let's have a chat. That's the next step. The next step isn't 12 months of coaching with me. The next step isn't 12 weeks of coaching with me. The next step isn't receiving an invoice and then paying me and thinking about your finances and trying to have a chat with the other half, asking for permission if it's okay. None of those are the next step. The next step might just be going, hey Matt, I loved your video. Thanks very much. It resonated. Here's the bit that resonated. Or, hey Matt, thanks for your video. Or, hey Matt, friend request on Facebook. And if you want to do that, facebook.com/MattSmith2310. If you want to come and connect with me on Facebook, Coach Matt Smith on Instagram. I'm not really on there too much with stuff that will help you. It's just a little bit more about my life. I'm not really sure what else to say. But isn't it interesting, at the start of this video, I had no idea where this was going to go, but I just took the next step and started recording. That was the next step for me. The next step wasn't create this amazing video. The next step was start recording. The next step was let a noise come out of my face. That's what happened, and look where we are. Oh, by the way, one of the steps was being honest with you. Was saying, I have no idea what this video is going to be. So many people started to watch this video and already clicked off it because they didn't know what it was going to be about. They didn't know where it was going. They needed certainty in their life. Oh yeah, how's that working out for them? I need to know all the steps all the time. You'll know the steps once you've taken them. So it's up to you. If you want to move forward, if you want to progress, if you want to escape the matrix, if you want to dig a little bit deeper, come and message me. There might be a link somewhere around this video to connect with me a bit more or whatever it is. I want to help you. I want to stop the suffering. Pain's inevitable, suffering's a choice. If you're suffering, you're choosing to suffer. You might not like that. You might say, yeah, but he did this and she did that and this happened and they did this and blah, 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 blah. I did that. That's where I was. I blamed all my ex-clients for my business failing. I blamed my ex-girlfriend for my relationship failing. I blamed my parents for me failing. How did that work out for me? I nearly drove into a lorry, leaving my little boy and my unborn little girl behind. Because of all this blame I put out there. I was waiting for someone to come and save me because I was playing the victim. But it wasn't until I went, no more. I will not be a victim to circumstance. I will not be a victim to what other people are doing. I will not be a victim to myself. I am going to be my own superhero and I'm going to save myself. I'm going to make myself the best version of me. I'm going to take the next step, which is to stop blaming and complaining. That was the next step. Stop comparing myself to other people who are doing better than me. Stop telling myself the stories that didn't serve me. That was the first step, to stop all of that. And then ask the question. That was the next step after that. Ask the question, how can I improve my life? How can I turn this around? How can I earn more money? How can I be healthier? How can I improve my relationship? I started looking for answers. And what happens when you look? Seek and you shall find. And I found the answers. And I did the work. And I changed my life. I've never felt more alive. 3 years ago, I felt like death. I wanted to die. I woke up, panic attacks, being choked. I don't know if you heard that bit. I was being choked from a panic attack. I felt like death. I couldn't feel more alive right now. I haven't done anything special, by the way. I haven't taken any pills. 0 pills. No pills whatsoever. I just did the work. And I'm here to help other people do the work as well. I'm here to share what that work is that I did. Pass that on to other people so they can do it too. First step, stop complaining. Stop bitching, stop moaning, stop blaming other people. Second step, take responsibility. Ask yourself the question, how do I get out of this mess? How do I get out of the struggle? What's the next step? Next step might be to message someone who's been there and done it and who wants to help you. Facebook.com/MattSmith2310. If we're already connected, message me. Matt, I saw your video. And the title of that video is How to Make a Change. There you go, boom! How to Make a Change. I knew I'd come up with a title. How to Make a Change, that'll do. End of video. Thank you very, very much for your time. 36 minutes of completely unplanned work. Work, come on, really? Work. How to Make a Change. Boom.